Now, I just reacted to Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Luther music video 2 days ago, and then yesterday I reacted to the subliminal messages, hidden messages breakdown. And one of the messages that was in that a lot of people kept saying was Kendrick Lamar was hinting to dropping another album, whether it's the GNX Deluxe, whether it's something else. We've been hearing something's coming, so we got a fantastic hip hop video today. We gonna break it down. And by the way, I have to say this. Protect hip hop culture at all costs. You see, I got the pink one on, link in the pin comment. We are 5 orders away from 400 sold. So the next 5 people, I got something special for. So get one today, link in the pin comment. I got personal thank you videos, but something special for the next 5 people. Let's go.
Now, currently with Kendrick Lamar and his Luther music video, really with all of the subliminal messages and details that are being uncovered within this latest work from the current king of hip-hop, this thing could really be an entire movie with everything that needs to be discussed here. And now seemingly what is most important about what Kendrick has just given us are the details that are seemingly telling us that this video is much more than just a victory lap for Kendrick, SZA, and this smash record. And really, it's not just any ordinary music video, it's a preview and really sequel to the first GNX trailer, which is telling us where this era and album is going from here with what will...
See, this is another thing that a lot of people were saying, because the scene where Kendrick got the blickadoo and the GNX, I'm assuming, has the red tarp over it, is the same actual location that that body snippet or trailer GNX intro was shot on. So a lot of people, it was shot at the same place, and a lot of people were saying that this is that's the reason. He's got something coming. Speaking of something coming, stay tuned. Saturday, I got something dropping.
End up becoming an entire new collection of music from Kendrick. And now before we go any further into what's really going on here, and now we know Kendrick is trying to tell us something very important, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and as we are right around the corner from Kendrick Lamar creating one of the biggest moments in hip-hop history with his tour and also more music, really be sure to leave that like. And so now with that said,
I got my GNX tour tickets. Do you got yours? Huh? Let me know in the comment section what city for the pop out in, you know what I mean?
Kendrick Lamar and what's going on. It really has never seemed like a better time to be a Kendrick Lamar fan, because both for what he has revealed in this actual video itself, and beyond all the speculation, what we know Kendrick has really been doing within the industry outside of what he has given us here. We do know for sure that...
I remember when people said Kendrick was going to disappear after this and made fun of how much he wasn't active, but then now he's super active. Some of them saying, people like, he's too active, basically.
Kendrick is more locked in than ever right now, and he is still working on new music. And so at the very least in this moment, before we even try and get into the actual clues, with both music videos and comments about songs that nobody has heard that other artists who worked on the first GNX record worked on, we do know that Kendrick already has more music ready to go before his tour even starts. And the question we really need to figure out what this is that with all of this noise and that with Kendrick working, what exactly is he...
Like I said, this video too, I haven't reacted to. There's a lot of Kendrick music videos I haven't reacted to. I will be going back to those. I also will still be going through the Tyler, the Creator videos and albums too. People are telling me to do Flower Boy next. Let me know what song. I'm going to do a few music videos first, then do the album, but let me know.
He about to release next, and more than that, how everything in terms of the clues and messages he left within this Luther video fit into everything he wants us to know for what's about to come from his vision. And so now, of course, with this latest genre-stopping moment that Kendrick has delivered, this Luther video is really the key to it all, and it has given us more to talk about and uncover than the near entirety of what every other rapper has put out musically this year, because of course, in typical Kendrick Lamar fashion, and more than ever on the run we are seeing from him right now, the presentation and storytelling is not just more interesting than what other rappers are doing in their music, but honestly, this is such a well-directed video, it's more interesting than most movies coming out right now as well. And I mean, really, in the entire GNX era from Kendrick Lamar, when we look at this story he has been giving us more and more of with the visuals, this one that we got really seems like it's going to end up being just as important, if not more, than the album's trailer. Because
you remember when I said this last year that it was going to be a very, very, if y'all thought that last year was Kendrick's year, I literally said that's just going to be a warm-up. If y'all think, because GNX just dropped the, oh yeah, and I also feel a lot of rappers are ducking their taco right now. If you pay attention, there isn't a lot of people dropping. And I think people are just giving Kendrick his room because it's like a lot of folks, especially from how popping it was last year, a lot of folks are quiet. A lot of folks are quiet.
Because once again, the main spot that Luther was filmed in is the same place that we have seen from that trailer, and from the way we see this location get expanded on here, and once again see that visual symbol and icon of the GNX used to tell us what's going to happen, what we do know for sure
I definitely think
that this is now the 4th time we have officially seen the GNX car released in an official interview, video, or performance from Kendrick Lamar, and again, as the last...
And you see how it's covered up, too. You see how it's covered up? Maybe on the next video they pull it out. I've been seeing some things with AZ Chike too. Let me find out they got a Peekaboo video coming, because that's one of my favorite songs.
That's how we saw this car. We were teased an album without even knowing it. Then we got that album, and then we saw the biggest hip-hop performance ever at the Super Bowl. I mean, just going off that, whenever we see the GNX car out here, literally the entire genre of hip-hop ends up shifting, and we end up seeing a massive moment that just changes everything. And from the fact that we are facing it like
that GNX car became an omen.
this, and then even more than just seeing the GNX, which is something we did see at the Super Bowl, beyond that, we are back in the original location where the trailer is from, but we are seeing much more of what was going on there. I mean, honestly, what it seems like Kendrick is doing with this room and the constant motif of the GNX is creating the same narrative structure that we saw on a record like T-Pab within a visual way, where we are understanding more with the more videos we get instead of just going through the track.
That's what he does.
And within this revolving door of sorts with the GNX car, the most telling part, and what is really going to be the most important thing of this entire video, I think, as it really also just opened up one of the most interesting mystery boxes in all of rap in terms of what Kendrick is about to pull off, is the detail where we are able to see the GNX in the background with a red cover over it. And I mean, while everyone is trying to figure out what this exactly means, and why Kendrick Lamar was pointing and doing the thing that he did here as well, which again, just this one small detail is...
By the way, if you've noticed a big motif of this GNX, of actually Kendrick's last year, has been uniting the gangs in New York, of LA. If you notice, there's been a lot of red and blue. He's been wearing a lot of red. The pop out, red. The Super Bowl commercial, blue. The Super Bowl show itself, blue. The song with Playboy Cardi, Red and Blue Diamonds, like Gusher, dog. That, where else? And then you'll see the red tart. There's been a lot of, I've been peeping it.
It's requiring more thought than the entire output of what hip-hop has given us this year so far. I think while everybody is trying to figure this out, and realistically, we don't know exactly what Kendrick is trying to say, I think whatever the message really is, he is trying to let us know here, which, just to reference back to past work, is something we saw in the Family Ties music video, and that, of course, ended up starting the entire Mr. Morale era. And then, of course, with the car and the color red over it itself. Overall, it really seems like
I'm ready for
the color and what we see Kendrick do, which again, it's also important to note that Kendrick is in the exact same outfit that he was in the first GNX trailer, or at least it looks like that, is that he is switching gears and there is some shift happening that is going to
Wait a minute, is it the same outfit?
Position and expand how we perceive this record as a whole. And now whatever this is revealing is most likely
fantastic. You can't just say, what you gotta do is when you say that, you gotta show the outfit he was wearing and show in the GNX, because I can't remember if it's the same outfit. I do know in that music video, Luther, he was dressed like the album cover when he was sitting in the GNX with SZA singing. He was dressed like the album cover with a look like he was wearing that little championship belt thing.
Going to be a continuation but shift from what this era has given us, and really what this makes it seem like is that Kendrick is going to be giving us a GNX2, a deluxe version, a side B, or whatever else you want to call it. Because when you look at the switch that Kendrick is trying to make with this color red here, which really does seem like...
See? Fantastic Hip Hop caught it. There's been a red and blue. There's been a theme of red and blue through Kendrick from the beefs to now. There's been a theme of red and blue if you pay attention. Those are two colors that he's using very heavily throughout this whole thing, and it makes sense.
The ultimate turning point, because when you look at the colors that have defined GNX in this era so far, the primary color has really been blue, which has been symbolized by all of Kendrick's outfits and hats, whether that's from the Super Bowl, Squabble Up, or just from the trailer.
Nah, it's red and blue, fantastic, because I even missed this. Even at the Super Bowl, SZA was red. He was blue. It's not just blue, it's red and blue. The Squabble Up music video, he's wearing blue in it, of course. But if you pay attention, there's greens, I'm pretty sure, is there oranges and stuff? But the motif, I think, is red and blue, because even in his blue jacket as a red lettering, it's not just blue, it's red and blue. SZA right next to him.
And releases he has been putting out. And so all of the sudden, this color being added into the mix of the visual identity for this record, it really does have to mean something. And even taking things a level beyond that, aside from a new color, there are so many other aspects in this video that represent a shift, change, and expansion of what we already have seen and know. And this is made very clear from multiple signals that are left in the video for whatever reason, which again, you can clearly see this symbolized from the real changes, which you can see throughout multiple different moments in the video, to even just parts of this when we see this GNX trailer room expand and open up from different angles and understand and see parts that we couldn't see before. And again, on this idea of expansion and opening doors up. It's so prominent with all of this, and really when it comes to this idea, there is another central detail and choice about the storytelling and direction of this video that is just signaling this idea of a shift even more. And what this is, and while the Drake fans are trying to make fun of this because they just can't actually understand that artists want to put detail and make their fans think about their work, it is so integral. And what I am talking...
You knew the video wasn't going to go through without one. That's fantastic.
About is the choice of shapes that are being used in the video, because aside from the colors starting to shift from blue to red like we are seeing with the GNX cover, once again adding to this idea of transition and change. Just like we saw with the trailer where things were moving forward and we were rolling into the next era, here with everything being circular as well, it seems like we are rolling into another chapter for Kendrick and another chapter that is going to be saying a lot. Because
if Kendrick drops if he drops a GNX Deluxe, bro, just know niggas ain't finna drop until 2027. Just know it's finna be just Kendrick and Drake trying to fight Kendrick for the next. I'm telling you, just understand if that drops, which I really hope so. It's gonna be because I don't know what's going on right now, but niggas terrified.
When we break down everything Kendrick has done within his videos, where something like Squabble Up was an isolated moment which was embodied by the video being filmed within a literal box where the storytelling and narrative was linear, here everything is so expansive and moving in different directions that we really just can't even tell where all of it's going to go at times. And so with this, and even with other details in this video which are at the very least just adding more world building to this entire record, as we see such small details as the TV off in the Dynasty, which is of course alluding to that track. Overall, if you piece all of this together and you are a Kendrick Lamar fan or just like seeing rap music at its very peak, we are lucky because at the very least, we do know we are going to be getting something new very soon. And when it comes to what Kendrick is exactly going to be putting out, based on both the clues we are seeing here and this idea of duality from the first trailer kind of being changed and explored in a way where it looks like things are shifting, and just knowing where the industry is at as a whole, I don't think we're going to leave the GNX era yet, but I think we are going to be getting a new album's worth of material in some form that will be a continuation of the project. Because really, and what I think was most telling about this video, was that from what we could see, there was only one GNX present in the room, which in the past, we were able to see two very clearly. And now, as we know for Kendrick Lamar, that another music video has already been filmed.
See, that's why we watch Fantastic Hip Hop. That was a good pull. That was a good pull. They could have been in the trailer where it had two GNXs, and now there's only one left. It's basically like, oh, we still got something left over because we all saw this picture. This means something.
Filmed for something that we don't even know what it is yet, where the GNX was spotted outside. And also with that, that will mark the first time in this era and on camera where the GNX is going to be found not in this room from the trailer. I mean, what it seems like is that however you want to try and tell the story, that one half of the story of GNX is now over, and that's why we are not seeing both cars together, or maybe even that explains the cover on the one. And again, while all of that detail and storytelling is pretty concrete in terms of what it's trying to represent, although we don't know where it's going to go.
Maybe the Deluxe will have two GNXs on it.
I'm going to make a reach here, but follow me. What I think really may be extending Kendrick's elite storytelling, and maybe could be another way of telling us that another album or something very big is going to come like it, is back to that visual where we are seeing the GNX with a red cover on it, and in this frame, we see one of the rooms that opens up to the bigger room in the GNX trailer, which based on the way it looks. First off, when we go to the first GNX trailer, it looks like this could have been that same door that was opening up to reveal the room, which ultimately welcomed us into that era. And now when we actually see...
And you know what them doors are starting to remind me of? When it's like curtains in a play. Because when it was Luther, they were in like a love scene, but then it opened up into the whaba. And into this, it opens up like the intro of the movie, like there was two GNXs. That's what it feels like.
The room that Kendrick was coming from. It reminds me of two different things which both function in the same way, as whether we want to look at this room and its layout as a nod to Mr. Morale and that record's cover, which just based on the colorway and kind of some of the stuff in it, it almost seems like that, but also, and what the whole shape and design and vibe it's giving off really reminds me of, which is Melfi's office from The Sopranos, which if you have seen that show, I mean, the scenes that went down between Tony and her in that office mirror the entire theme and message of what Mr. Morale was about. You could say I'm reaching here, and please let me know what you think about this, but I don't think it's far off to say that this...
I never get mad at hip-hop fans for breaking down hip-hop. You know, even if I think, oh, you might be reaching, I never get mad at that. That's the point of art, not just hip-hop. That's the point of art. That's like watching somebody be like, man, in this Vincent Van Gogh painting, I think he might have been talking about pain a little bit. You know, I think he might have been reflecting back the things that he's been doing throughout his life. And then somebody come back, no, you idiot. Why would you even think that? Just look at the picture. Don't talk about it. Just because they don't believe it. It's like, yeah. So to me, even if I think something's a reach when it comes to analyzing hip-hop or art, I never go with the person. I never upset at the person for having it because that's the point.
Please let me know what you think about it.
Artist doesn't tell you straight up what it is. But I don't think it's far off to say that this visual is a past era that Kendrick Lamar has went through with Mr. Morale, and then what we are seeing Kendrick doing with that same outfit and the red cover over one of the cars, just like we have seen the Mr. Morale era open up and end there. This is the end of part 1 of GNX. And again, I could be reaching, but no matter how you want to take in all of the messaging on this track and video, no matter what symbols and details you think hold up and what is really enhancing the story, I think this clear idea of transition and also the fact that we know Kendrick already has more music videos done, which we have seen by finding out that he has been working on stuff that did not end up being here. I mean, overall, what is clear is that Kendrick is really just getting started within this era and time in his career, and with all of the momentum he is getting, because as we have seen with the Luther video, this thing is breaking so many records and is just leaps and bounds above. Luther music video. That's why I feel like niggas is like, Kendrick dropping again. Because when Kendrick quiet, it seemed like everybody and their mama dropping it, but now all of a sudden, Niggas got quiet. Like everybody, nigga.
the competition and other black and white
Y'all tell me who drop it right now. It's not a lot of people, bro. Not even like freestyles, nigga.
videos that tried to come at Kendrick. I mean, just get ready to see more and more experiences that are going to elevate and transcend everything we know as hip-hop fans. And as this is all leading up to what's about to be an all-time great tour for Kendrick, I mean, we are just so lucky that this is where we are at, as we are really watching what is becoming one of the greatest runs from any artist ever right in front of us. And while it may be hard to fully tell what this move means from Kendrick right now and what's actually going to happen with it, just reading the room of where we are at and knowing everything he is still up against along with his plans that are so clear, I think we can certainly say that no matter what is exactly going to happen, we are going to be seeing a lot more of Kendrick Lamar very soon, and we will be getting more music. And so now with all that said, let me know. What do you think about what Kendrick Lamar...
Shout out to, bro, I really love that video. Do you think we're getting some new Kendrick, either music videos, either album, deluxe? I 100% do. I don't think we're getting out of 2000 this year. I don't think we're getting out the next couple months without something. So put in the comment section what you think.